emoji, something to make them come. Hashtag Perpetua is not here. Sister Perpetua is not here. I don't know where she is. She's supposed to be here. Unless she's helping Madam Onye. Onyi. Yeah, Madam Onyi. Please, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Very nice. Very, very nice. I like the feedback. Okay, so so good afternoon in Ghana here, and good morning and good evening wherever you find yourself in the world, since we are all having different seasons and times. My name is Mimi and I'm Tinker, and I'm from the Royal Q Team Crypto Thinkers. Today is question and answers. Anything that is bothering you in the next 30 minutes, just ask me and I'll do my best to answer you. And if it is a long one, then I'll let you join the technical section on Tuesday, where I'll get onto my board and ask you properly. So anybody wants to ask question? Something is bothering you on Royal Q? You want some clarification?
Yes, I want to ask a question. Mohammed.
Please, if you want to ask a question, kindly lift your hand in the participant section and then I will call you. That will be perfect. King Sanjo, your hand is up. You want to ask a question? King Sanjo. Okay. Okay. I want to. Okay, I'm not really getting your question. I'm not getting the question. If you can arrange the question well for me, so I get. Okay. 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 Let me get your question well. You were saying that assuming today you joined Royal Q and then you entered an asset. You enter the asset and you're trading it in Crypto Thinkers team. When you join Royal Q, you trade an asset today, you let it be on cycle for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you put it on one shot and it will sell out when it gets to above the average price. Okay. Then you can now pick, depending on your capital, then you can now pick another coin. But if you have more capital, that means you're going to trade more assets. And even when some are on floating loss, the first thing, floating loss is not a real loss. Floating loss is part of trading. It's supposed to happen before profit will come. And it happens more when we are in the bear market. You get more floating losses when we are in the bear market. And then when we are not buying margin calls, enough margin calls to reduce the percentage return, the return percentage rate. So the more margin calls you buy, the more it lowers the average price closer to the current market price. And within a small shift in the market in a week, your asset will just sell out. And a lot of people who have been trading my signal for the past 1 month, most of them, their assets have sold. Let's say 80% of them, I see that their assets completely sells out. I have evidence, I have testimonies all over. It's just a few who we put on cycle for long term. There are some people, they are long-term investors. So I want to put their trades on cycle, let it run for the whole year. So when they get more money, we just keep buying the dip, because Royal Q has 999 margin calls. So you can keep buying and buying on that asset or 2 or 3 assets, and the floating loss will be there, but you still be making profit. Because even example like BAKE is our flagship coin in crypto thinkers. Even when BAKE is still on negative, are you not making profit on BAKE? You're still making profit on BAKE. So I call it profit in floating loss. It's a topic I'm going to touch on. Profiting even when you're in floating loss. That's how trading is. You can't avoid floating loss. It happens. It's a must. It must happen for results to come later. And then once the trade is on one shot, it will sell out. It will definitely sell out. Most of your trades that we set for you, I would say 80% of them have sold out, and we retraded new ones. Unless the ones we put them on cycle, which cycle means when you get to the first buy-in amount and you sell, buy again. So if you don't want to trade an asset for a long period of time, the first day you join Royal Q, put the asset on one shot on that first day, so that when it sells, or you go back into the market and go and buy again. For crypto thinkers, most of our strategies, I'm a cycle trader. I'm a long-term investor. So that's how I do my settings. My settings, all the 13 settings, 12 are cycle. Only one is one shot, which is a sniper shot. That one, we use it to snipe the market one shot. Once the market sells out, we are out. Then we go and pick another asset. I'll drop a signal on Tuesdays. So floating loss, it must happen for profit to come. And it happens more when we are in the bear market, because the bear market will be down for a long time, but it will be making small green candles at the bottom. And those small green candles at the bottom are the ones that everybody is experiencing this whole profit this week. The previous weeks, you all saw it. A lot of people made $300, $200 in a day. Some accounts that have never made $40, they even $100 account, they make that money just because of that little pump. And it has not really pumped much. We have a long way to go. BAKE is just 15 cents. We've not even gotten to $1, and the all-time high is $8. So where you are standing and you say BAKE is down, it's like it's at the cheapest price. Cheapest and lowest price. So me, I've not stopped trading BAKE. I'm trading it till it hit $8. So cycle mood is perfect. If it goes down, just pump more USDT, open more margin calls, and enjoy profit. So I hope that answers your question. So if you want your trade to sell out immediately, so you will go back to the market to go and pick the coin yourself again, it will sell. For me, a busy person, a government worker, or somebody who has a lot of activities in the day, doing one shot, you will miss a lot in the market. One shot, you miss a lot, because when it sells out and you're sleeping, those who are trading on cycle, they'll be making more, because as it's pumping, it has sold out on one shot. So the aftermath pump, you don't get, because you are sleeping and your trade is on one shot and it has sold off. So there was an account, all of us were trading big, but that account wanted to be on, if that account has not done the compounding, that account big sold out. But the other account that was on cycle, with the same capital of $2,000, that account made $100. But the other account that put it on one shot made only $20, because it just bought, sold, bought, and then sold. And that was it. It didn't buy again. But the account on cycle mode for 2 weeks, bought, sold, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. So that account will get more money than the one on one shot. So for me, in the bear market, cycle is good. Bull market, you do your one shot, because already market is high. So when it's high, you know that, okay, when you enter one shot, you mitigate at the 7th level with 30%. That way, when it's drawing back, it wouldn't pick your margin call faster. So we have the mitigation class also. We've had it already, but I'll go over it. So I hope I've answered your question all round. Let's see. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. 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 Thank you so much for the feedback. Wow. Wow. God bless you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. I'll keep doing my best so I carry everybody along. By the December, I believe everybody become master in Royal Q. Thank you so much, Ken Sanjo, for that wonderful question. Please, any other person, please, you lift your hands and I will call you. Let me check. Let me check. Okay, Chief Tolu, please, you can
My
unmute your
question,
mic and let's hear your question.
my question is this. I was just exploring the Binance Sports dashboard and the
Okay,
OB dashboard.
all right.
So I now wanted to have an idea of, okay, what is the total assets, or what is all my investment? What does it worth as of today? I'm just doing
Okay,
that analysis just to understand.
okay,
So when I went to the dashboard, I saw USDT on top, and then I saw the value of that quantity in second line for each of the assets on the Binance summary dashboard.
okay. Binance
So and
Spot.
now,
Binance Spot, you're
yes,
talking about the
yes,
spot
Binance Spot,
dashboard.
yes, Binance Spot,
Okay, so
Binance
you're going to
dashboard.
open the PNL, all those things that I said you should switch it off. That means you
No,
went
no,
to
no, no,
open the
no.
because
Go. I went to the um, Binance Spot dashboard. When you're on that space, when you're on spot,
okay,
when you're on spot, all the assets, your balance USDT, and all the assets will be listed on that dashboard.
exactly, exactly,
Good.
exactly. So let's say,
When you
for
are inside
example,
wallet,
mm-hmm, you are
when you
trading
are,
big, you see the
I
big
wish, I,
quantity.
I wish I can just share my screen so that I can use
Okay,
this one to ask the question. Can I be allowed
so
to
that
share
means
my
I have
screen?
to let me see. That means I have to give you the host or
Uh,
so what exactly do you ask?
okay, let me
What
explain. Let me
exactly
explain. So
so that we don't complicate the meeting? Just ask me what you want. What do you want to know about that dashboard? Okay, you can't hear me. Please, your microphone is off. Chitolu, please ask to unmute. Please unmute your mic. We can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
Okay. Okay, so please unmute. Okay,
Can you
good.
hear me?
Perfectly. We can hear you now. Please go ahead with
So
your
I'm
question.
saying, so I'm saying that when you are on that Binance dashboard,
Yes, please.
imagine I came in with 1,000 USDT, and
Okay,
now
1,000.
I have traded.
Mhm.
I'm just for an example, and I've traded for some days. Both
Okay,
my profits, and I've not drawn out anything. The accumulation and everything is there. So how do
okay.
I know? How do I know my worth as of today in terms of the value?
Okay, your question is how much have you made so far since you joined Royal Q?
What is my worth? That one is quite. Maybe my question is a bit complicated. I don't know how to explain it now.
You want to know, you want to calculate it in the fixed income way. This place, before you will be able to gather everything together, all your trades have to sell out completely on your dashboard. If you want to analyze everything critically, then we have to put all your trades, all your running trades on one shot. When they all sell out and all your USDT have returned into your USDT spot wallet, you go to your Royal Q. You check, you've made $1,000. Now, this $1,000, you take 20% of that, which is fuel fee. That is the agreement before you registered on Royal Q. The agreement is 80% share for you, 20% share for Royal Q. So 20% of $1,000, how much are you paying Royal Q? You are paying Royal Q $200. Am I right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Now it will be left with what? $800. So what you have is your profit of your capital of $1,000. Your profit, you had profit of $1,000. So what you should have in your Binance will be 800 profit on whatever capital you put in. Now, if you want to calculate it correctly, I said you will get the right calculation when all the assets on your dashboard, both Huobi and Binance, sells out completely, and every dust, you've converted everything to the USDT. So if your capital is $10,000, you go to your Royal Q revenue, you've made, let's say, $1,000 in a day. You take the 20% off from this $1,000 profit, which will be left with $800. So in all, you should have a balance of 10,000, 18,000. Is that correct? Yes, 18,000. That's 10,000 and 8,000. Is it correct? To be 10,800, right?
Yeah.
I want him to respond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 10,800. Since it was 1,000
Yes.
profit, take out 20%, it will be 800. 10,800.
Beautiful. So that's what you will see on your Binance balance at the top there. Now, I want you to understand that in Binance, as long as your trades are in connection with Binance and Royal Q, there is something we call taker and maker fee in Binance, which is 0.20%, the taker and maker. So I always hammer that every time you should have at least $10 or $20 in your Binance coin, which is BNB. You buy it, which will reduce the transaction fee on your Binance also, because every transaction you do, even in our local mobile money, there's no transaction that is free. Maker and taker, they will take. E-levy, VAT, tax is there in our physical world. Here too, when they do the trading for you, they execute it for you to see on your Binance. They have something called the maker and taker. That's advanced. So I always tell you that if you want to trade with an exchange, you make sure you buy $10 to $20 of that exchange's asset or coin. And in Binance, we have BNB. So you buy $20 or $10 worth of BNB. You just put it there in your spot wallet so that when transactions are taking place, if you have 500 transactions with your Royal Q connected to Binance, because Binance executes it and then drops it into your USDT. After Royal Q has monitored the market and trading for you on the other side, the API, which Royal Q channels the information to Binance for Binance to release the USDT into your USDT assets, which is the profit, or both the profit and the capital. Now, assuming that taker, that 0.20% is what Binance take from this your 800 profit. So let's say you'll be left with 700 and I'll make it 780 just for the example's sake. So your profit for a day that you made $1,000 on 10,000 will now be 10,708. So that is when you will see that it has tallied very well. So if you follow this calculation, everything will tally. But right now, you have trades running. And as long as the trades are on floating loss, which is not a real loss because you've seen all the coins that I gave you, almost all the coins I've given you since you joined Royal Q, 90.8% of them have sold out completely, and we re-added new assets. Severally, they sell out, they keep selling out. So if all your assets, if you want us to calculate it well, put all your assets right now, put them all on one shot. Because I put some new ones on cycle because they are going to pump this month. That's why I put those ones on cycle. But because I want to clear your doubt and also to make you know that you have made profit. You've made profit of, let's say, $2,000. You pay your 20%. Then you get the balance. You add it to your capital. You remove that 0.20% on that profit. That's for the Binance maker and taker fee. And you still have your capital secured with you, plus your profit you have made for that day. And everything is in your Binance. But right now, it will not tally because some of the assets have gone down in price and they are in floating. It has not sunk. It's floating loss. I call it pending profit. So whatever thing you see in red there, okay, Zoom is telling me, okay. So whatever profit you see there, negative floating loss, it is profit in disguise that you are going to get when the market sells out. And you might even get 4 times that floating loss you are seeing there. It's just profit in disguise. That is floating loss. And it is a must. It must happen whenever you are trading an asset. Even in the floating loss, that BIC you are trading, you go and check on your dashboard. You see the BIC in floating loss is still making money for you. So you will get the correct tally when all the assets on your dashboard clears off. So put them all on one shot so that when they all sell out, you see will come live and will balance it, and you see that it works perfectly. So for now, it will not balance because still assets are being traded. So you have to wait for them to all sell out. Then we know your capital is $10,000. We go to your revenue details. You've made $1,000. We take the 20% off from Royal Q. Then we take 0.20% maker and taker fee also from Binance. Then the remaining profit is yours plus your capital, all in your custody, and you can cash out. So that's how it works here. Okay, thank you. Please, are you okay? The meeting, the Zoom meeting first section will end. So we'll log into the second section and then we wrap up. Okay, Chief Tolu, please mute your mic. Have I answered your question?
Thanks for the explanation, but I'll still need a bit of clarification later.
No problem. I want to ask question, but I don't have
a question.
So
I have a question.
Okay, Mr. Mohammed, please, if you all do that, everybody is saying I have a question. You all want to speak at the same time. So who will I call now? Mr. Mohammed, go ahead with your question.
Okay, madam, my question is that I want to understand.
Good afternoon.
USDT. I want to understand it. Can you withdraw from USDT? Is it a capital that or money that you can withdraw it directly from USDT? Or what does USDT mean for Royal Q?
Okay, USDT it simply means for the spot market, if you are trading with Royal Q, USDT is like you're holding your fiat money and you're going to market to go and buy goods. So as money, you give the money to the person you are going to buy the goods to. That is your USDT. The person will give you items. The person will give you items, and then the quantity of the items you get depends on the price at which you are buying that asset. So if the asset is $1 and you give the person $1, you will get only one quantity. So the USDT is like your paper money that you are holding to go and get goods to buy and stock your shop, so that people can come to your shop and do buying and selling there for you to get profit. So for you to get profit, you need to use your fiat, which is your USDT, to go to the market to go and buy the asset. So the asset is big. So the asset that is big is like your local market where you are going to buy cement, iron rods to stock your shop. Then buying and selling will take place before you can even get profit. So when the things are in your shop and nobody has bought it yet, it's called floating loss. Because nobody has bought it yet, once there's a buying and selling activity in your shop, you will start getting profit. And still, you still have some of the items still in the shop, waiting for people to come and buy till all the asset totally sells out. It's the same thing here. It's the same thing here. So the USDT, picture it that it is a kind of fiat, or the money in hand that you are going to use to buy an asset to stock your shop for people to come and buy for you to gain profit. It's as simple as that. Okay? Do you get it
follow-up question on this again. Follow-up question on this so that we get clear understanding, all of us.
But do you understand this one that I've explained to you?
Yeah, I understand clearly, very much. I want to know, if you are having USDT, like let's say 1,000 on your USDT, and you are having trade running, what do you have to do if you want to make use of USDT?
Please, I didn't get the middle question. You said you are having USDT on your spot wallet.
Yes. And then you have a trade running and you want to make good use of it. What will one do with that $1,000? Where are you going to make use of that $1,000 to buy more goods on the market, to restock on your shop?
Okay, beautiful. So that USDT, since it's not in the in any asset yet, it's two things. You either open margin calls, which I have taught in the technical section video. You can check on the YouTube channel on technical section in Royal Q. I explained how to buy extra margin call in that video. And then 2, you can check middle tinker strategy and then trade 2 assets. Looking at the list, I've given coin list, almost 30 coins for this month. You pick 2 of them, fix it into the middle tinker strategy, and trade with $1,000. So these are the ways you can make good use of that money. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it. But with the middle tinker, a little bit understanding there. Let's say I have I'm trading with 6 coin right now, and I have 1,500 USDT on my spot wallet. So there are another coin that I'm going to pick. Is it going to be additional to adding to the 6, making 8, or is going to be
okay, no problem. I've got it. If you're already having existing trades, those trades it was calculated according to the capital you are having. So assuming you have $360, you use it to trade 1 asset per Crypto Tinkers rule. So if you want to trade 2 assets, you should have 720. If you want to trade 3 or 4, you add it like that. So you want to trade 2 assets, 720, and then probably 500 is in those 2 coins. The rest of the USDT is for those 2 coins. You can't go and open another coin because it will not be able to mitigate if there is any heavy drop in the market. You will not be able to get extra funds to buy those already existing trades running. So you need to follow the rules. $360, 1 asset. you allocate 360 to buy this asset. If you want to buy the second asset, get another $360. Or if you want to level up, then use $550 for one coin. Another coin, you go and get another $550. So if those two coins, maybe one coin $300 has entered, the other coin $400 has entered, it doesn't mean you should go and pick a third coin and trade, because that third coin, you've not brought money to cater for that coin. So when you do that and the market dips further, now you put pressure on the other two coins, which their monies were supposed to be theirs, but you've gone to use it to pump into another asset. So when you do that, you are over leveraging, you are mismanaging your capital. So that's how it is.
Okay. Well explained. I will leave it another time so that we move forward.
We'll have more of these sections every Saturday. So, okay. All right. So, okay. Last. Okay, Sister Perpetual, please go ahead with your question. The Zoom will end soon.
Okay, please, Ma. I want to know about this mitigation strategy. Like, hello, Ma.
Please, we are listening. Mitigation.
Please, I want to know about this mitigation because, for instance, let's say bake. The way bake is now on 15 cents, 14 cents, or rather, when it was at 14, this thing bought out and then set my profit margin to 15 cents. And then bake, and at that point, it has finished calling or maybe my margin is remaining only one so that it can call it. Like, how do I stop it from buying at that high stage? Because I feel like if it buys at that high stage, so much. Should I continue my question?
No, please. I want it to be recorded first, so I have to ensure that King Sanjo is around. Just a minute. Okay. So Sister Pep, so we continue.
Okay, okay. So my question is, how do I utilize this mitigation strategy on maybe, for instance, where the asset I'm trading on is on the rise, and then the number of call margin is probably remaining only one or two, and the last buy it did, the last time it bought out some quantities is on the high, so I don't want it to keep buying on that high. How do we utilize that mitigation strategy when I don't want it to place my take profit on a high? For instance, it places my take profit on 15 cents, and the last time, I think bake took quite some time before it got up to that 15 cents. So in that situation, I had to wait for it to get to that, because my core margins I'm done calling all the margins. So what do you advise at that instance? Do we call more margins or mitigate?
Okay, I get you. Okay, I get your question. For you to say it's left with one more margin call, that means one, either you are trading below 14 margin calls. The 14 margin call is the minimum, and then the next one is 29 margin call. The next one is 32 margin calls. So I'll use the basic one, which I taught in the technical section, which is the 14 margin calls. Now, if your call margin is 14, at this time, before it will even get to the 13th call, it will take some time, because as we change it to 0.1, we edit the previous one back to the original, which is 2% or 3% drop. So if your margin call is, let's say, 7 or 8, that means it could be that you are trading below our recommended strategy, which is the 360. The 360 margin call is like 29 margin calls. So before it would get to the 29th margin call, I don't think it should have bought that 29th margin call, because we in Crypto Thinkers, we mitigate on the 7th margin call, so that when the asset pump, I give information all over the pages, everybody's inbox, all those on my Royal Q mentorship page. I will give mitigate on call number 7. If you come to my Tuesday teachings, I talk about mitigation, and then the technical section. So we mitigate on the 7th margin call, 30% drop whenever the asset pumps. So I told us today that when Bake pumps, everybody should be on standby. I'm going to give the heads up. But if I don't see the market give me that signal, then we relax. We relax with the mitigation. We mitigate when Bake hit 18 cents. Last time, those who participated, they saw the power of the mitigation. Once Bake pumped to 18 cents, before it even pumped there, I dropped messages all over the pages. Before I dropped it 30 minutes before it even went to 18 cents, because we are looking at the broader chart. We look at the broader chart, so we know that this pump is going to go this high. So I quickly gave a 30-minute or a 1 hour notification that everybody go to your Bake, go to call number 7. Crypto Thinkers, we mitigate at call number 7. Margin drop is 30% on the bear market. When we get to the bull market, we mitigate on the 7th call. We use 90% drop. And then you put the number of times, that's the same place we also compound. So your compounding profit will also be there. Why did we do that? So that when the market dips, market pumps, and it's coming down, it will not buy all your margin calls all at once. The 7th margin call is going to mitigate. It's like a hedge, like a shield. Somebody wants to throw a dagger or something, you use a shield to mitigate, or you use a shield to defend yourself, so it doesn't pierce you or go down. It's the same thing here that we Crypto Thinkers, this is our strategy, so that all our margin calls will not be bought at the top when the market pumps so high. When it got to 18 cents, a lot of people made money. I quickly said, when the market pumps, it must go down, which I always repeat. Whenever a market goes green, the next 2 or 3 candlesticks, it will be red. Now, this red, if you do not mitigate on time, on the 7th margin call, bear market, we use 30%. I'm repeating it again. All our previous sections have been saying it, 30%. Then you put your number of times, which is your compounding profit that you've done every Tuesday, you put it there. But the 7th, make it 30%. Then the 8th call, you make it 10%. This is how Crypto Thinkers, we mitigate. Why do we do that? So that the margin calls will not be picked faster at the tip of the mountain. When it pumps up there, we don't want all our margin calls to be bought. So we just want the first 7 or the first 6 to be bought. Then the rest of the 7 margin calls, which is the basic, which is 14 margin calls. That's the basic one I taught in the technical section. The 7th level, all the way to the 14th level, it will now take its time to buy gradually as it is coming down. So it will drop 30% deep before it will come and buy the 7th margin call, which is good. Meaning half of your money is up, the other half, it will go down to the bottom and buy more assets. That way you still make money both ways. So this is how we mitigate in a Crypto Thinkers team. Are you okay now? So your last call, if right now you're on your last call because you are having maybe you are having a minimum margin call limit, which is not the recommended one for our team, because the Thinkers, Junior Thinker, the lowest margin call Let me check my Excel sheet. I'm sure it will be 29. 29 margin call. I'm just trying to around 29. The strategies are 13. So everyone and their margin calls. Let me see, just a minute. Let me check my Excel sheet here. So if it's on the yes, okay, this is 23. Junior Tinker, the margin call limit is 23. So if we mitigate on the 7th, you have so much margin calls to enjoy in the deep when it gets to the 7th call finally. So if you are on the last call yet to be picked and you want to mitigate because you're not having extra 7 margin calls, which is the recommended, just go there and put 30% there. Then when the market comes down very well, you reduce it to maybe 3% or 4%. So that's how it works with the lesser margin calls. But our minimum is 360, 23 margin calls is our minimum. And the highest margin call on our Excel sheet is 120 margin call. Thank you. Please, have I answered your question?
Yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. Okay, so please, the last question, and then we wrap up. We're going to have another Q&A section on Tuesday. 30 minutes. We're going to ask questions. Anything bothering you, just ask, and I'll answer you. Okay? So let's go. Anybody? Everybody is okay? So I can end the meeting. Okay. Amaka, Sister Amaka.
Yes, ma'am.
Please. Greetings, unmute your mic. Greetings, dear.
Yes,
how are you?
I thank God, ma. Bless God, ma. Please, ma, I actually have a question. The last time
okay.
I chatted you up that I had extra 200 and I was expecting $100 before the day runs out. So apparently the $100 is not in view right now. So I'm left with just $200. I'm left with just $200 and $300 are already on bake. So based on the fact that I know my current situation now, I actually need small. On the other hand, I'm asking, is it advisable I use that $200 to open the SLP, or I should just add it to the bake? Because with time, I might still get more money. Okay, but I don't know at this moment now. I'm asking, should I just use the $200 to open SLP?
It's two ways. It's 2 ways. You can edit, you can pause your bake and then edit it to the middle tinker strategy settings. You can, which margin level has it bought for bake?
10. It's on 12, total 12, but has bought up to 10.
Okay. Which strategy setting did you use?
Actually, you did not. You set it up for me that way last week.
Okay. We started with the 100. Was it $100 or one something?
Yeah, 180. So 180. Then I added. I made it 100 extra 100.
Okay, so you are not yet trading with the strategy. Okay, yes, because I had to help you out. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I get you now. So what we're gonna do is beautiful. So what you're gonna do is, you said it's on what margin call right now?
On the 10th margin call.
What margin call has it bought?
On the 10th one.
Beautiful. So 10th margin call, you go to your bake. Good. Go to your bake, pause it. Okay. If $300 is already in and it's left with $200, just go to your bake, pause it. And then readjust it to the middle tinker level, which is the 5. We're going to use the $550. Okay. So pause the trade, go to trade setting, go to the first buy in amount, watch the video on middle tinker, not tinker, middle tinker. The first buy in amount is just hold on. First buy in amount is $30. Okay.
Yes.
And the margin call limit is 29. I've made it step by step. If you follow that video, you'll be able to set up your trade even without the help of your upline. Okay, so edit everything to the middle tinker strategy. And that's it. Just trade your book. When you get extra funds, maybe 360, then you now add another asset to it. So we don't put pressure on the capital. Okay.
Exactly. That's a good one.
All right.
And
Okay.
secondly, the junior thinker strategy, I watched it. I
Mhm.
discovered that you put in $30 as the first buying amount.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, is it not much for the junior thinker but for the capital of 360?
Oh, is that how you are looking at it? That is why it's a strategy. So the
Okay.
margin call limit, you see that it is not one time. If you watch it very well, it's 0. The
Yeah.
margin call limit is the number of times.
0.40.
You see, it's not one. It's 0.3. So
Yes.
you multiply that
Okay.
the $30 by the 0.3 and see how much it will
Oh,
take on that level. It's not going to take a whole
uh,
$30 at the first call. You have
okay.
to you
Yes,
get it? So
yes,
it's
ma,
not,
you're
it
right.
doesn't mean that
Yes, I get
first buying amount is
Yes,
$30. So the number of times, watch the
yes,
number of times. It's not one times.
yes, ma.
If you put one
Yes,
times
ma.
there,
Yes.
meaning 1 times $30.
It's going to
That
be
means it's going to
picking.
pick. There will be a time,
Ma.
there's a particular place where it will pick the one time. This is my strategy. So I have set it, I've calculated it, and it amounts to the 360. Are you getting me? You get me now? Okay.
Hello,
She's
ma. Okay.
hello. Have you got it?
Hello. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, you're okay? Okay. I think she has a little internet glitches, so let's. All right, so that's it. Okay, we have somebody again. Let me see. Okay. Okay, we are all done. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate your presence. This is Crypto Thinkers team in Royal Q. Yes, we come here every Saturday, 2:15 p.m. Ghana time. We learn about parameter settings, trades, anything bothering you, question time. We give you answers to your questions. On Mondays, 7 p.m. Ghana time, we have Royal Q orientation. Royal Q orientation. We orientate you on the whole Royal Q dashboard, front to back. So you get familiarized with every icon and every feature in there. On Tuesdays, 1 p.m. Ghana time, we also have our compounding class where we teach you how to compound your capital over your profit. So your portfolio will grow faster before we enter into the bull market. Okay. On that same day, we'll also learn about floating loss and how to benefit from it. And floating loss is just profit in disguise. That's all. And it must happen. You need floating loss to make money. Are you getting me? So you make more money even when you're in floating loss. Okay. Then on Wednesdays, we have prospect meeting. People you want to invite, you can talk to them, bring them here to the Crypto Thinkers Royal Q prospect meeting, which introduction to Royal Q. We would teach them what Royal Q is all about and why they need to come on board and use Royal Q. And on Thursdays, once or twice in a month, we have Royal Q examination at 5 p.m. Ghana time, where we examine all users, Royal Q users. If they are learning, they are getting familiarized with the app and using it effectively. So we examine you in the Crypto Thinkers. We have examination, we mark, and then we'll be awarding students who do best in our exams in Christmas time. Okay. Then on Saturday, we have our parameter settings where we teach average price, current market price, take profit trigger price, name them, parameter settings, margin calls, how margin calls are determined, how to set margin calls on basic level. I'm going to teach you all that, all in Saturday technical class. So don't miss our sections. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, join our Telegram channel in the YouTube channel description. You see it there. Just tap on it and it will load you onto our Telegram page. Come learn with us. Come learn while you earn. God bless you all and see you in our next meeting. Bye for now.